this is Lady Boulain. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, you may or may not know that Meghan and Prince Harry are flouncing around Nigeria. They say it's not a royal tour, but they are there to promote his Invictus Games, which is kind of something like an Olympics for veterans who have been wounded in the line of duty. They are there at the invitation of either the Nigerian government or the Nigerian military. But anyway, they took them up on the offer to come to Nigeria. You remember that Meghan claims that she is 43% Nigerian. So all of this is very interesting, and Harry's family back in England doesn't know what to make of these two because they don't have any control over them, and they're just flashing around the world, doing stuff, being seen, being called the Duke and Duchess, and they don't have any role in the British royal family. So it's all very fascinating to people like me who watch these two and would like to see them succeed, because so much has been thrown at them and they've done everything in the world they could do to demean and diminish and really obliterate, as one of them said, Meghan in particular. But she's still standing, she's still smiling, and she's still looking beautiful. So they're in Nigeria. I think yesterday was their last day. And the Nigerian government did something quite interesting. They made Meghan a princess of Nigeria. And the reason that's interesting is because the British people basically were saying, if you want a black princess, you need to go to Africa to get one. Well, they went to Africa and they made her one. And they made a point of saying 3 Nigerian kings or chiefs came together to make her a princess of Nigeria. So they said now she is authentically a royal princess. So all of that's been very intriguing to me. So I came across this panel discussion with these 3 Nigerian women and their host, and they had some questions about Meghan Markle. So they were like, well, why all of a sudden is she a Nigerian? Why did she pick Nigerian? Why did she pick being a Nigerian? Because even they know that when a black American takes a DNA test, many black Americans will have a large percentage of Nigerian DNA, but then there will be other countries involved too. And with Meghan Markle being biracial, it would really be interesting to see what her racial makeup is other than Nigerian. So these women were saying, well, why is she all of a sudden a Nigerian? Basically, what I read it is them saying, is this just a move for her to get attention on the world stage and using Nigeria, which is the most populous country in Africa? Nigeria is also a part of the Commonwealth of Nations, which King now, is over. So it could be a real political move on her part. And of course, Harry understands how the royal circles work. So I'm sure he's behind it, manipulating things. I do believe that for that reason, it is advantageous for Meghan to go to Nigeria and be accepted. So I think it was a good political move on their part. And I'm pretty sure she does want to belong. It's a major country. It's a sovereign country. It's a black country. And they have the authority to empower her as a Nigerian princess. And I think it would be good for them and Africa if other African countries would accept them. If nothing else, to let those people in London know that you don't control the world and you can't decide that we're going to dehumanize this woman because she married into that stupid family. But these women wanted to know, why did she pick Nigeria? As if to say she was faking. That's how I read it. But they had the same question that Black Americans had. You've been living your life all this time and haven't said anything about being black, and now all of a sudden you're in trouble with the British royal family, basically been rejected. Now you decide that, you are a Nigerian. And now you're, assimilating with African Americans, which before then, I'm not sure that she did. Now, I don't know for certain, but we know that her best friends at the time of her marriage were white. She had been married to a white man before. And Harry also is a white man, in case nobody noticed. But they just had the legitimate question of, are you now just using Nigeria because you failed in the UK? And then they pointed out some things about her that I disagreed with them, because they were saying she should have been different when she went into the royal family. That if she had been a Nigerian woman, she would have gone up in there and showed respect for the people. And basically she would have made the people like her, a real Nigerian woman. Well, the first thing is, a real Nigerian woman wasn't going to get up in there in the first place, because even though they may not realize it's a colorist situation, we realize that it is, and it was, and it is. I don't believe there's anything she could have done that was going to make them accept her as a real British royal princess, because if Princess Diana couldn't get along with them, she was of their country. She was a bona fide English rose, as they called them, and she couldn't get along with them. So there's no way that someone who had some African ancestry was going to get along with them. So I thought that was kind of funny. I will put the link in the comment section so you can listen to those women's conversation if you like. But they did have some questions about, why does she want to be a Nigerian? But the answer is, it's a political move. It's to her advantage to be a Nigerian, just so she can do what they did. Go to Nigeria and get the royal treatment, and then be crowned a Nigerian princess. So that's the answer. That's why she wanted it. But I thought Nigeria made a power move, because the British in that Commonwealth think they control those African and Caribbean countries. They want to tell them what to do. They still want to be able to go to Nigeria or any black country and have people carrying them around on their shoulders. But I hope that those days are gone. And I applaud Nigeria for making that move, even whether Meghan Markle is a phony or not. Nigeria still needed to be able to make a move of its own without getting permission from the Commonwealth or the king or whomever those people think they are. So anyway, this just was one of those little things that these women, being snippety, being kind of slick about Meghan, but in the end, they did acknowledge that, well, she did have some features like Nigerian women, because she's beautiful like Nigerian women. So they did end it on a note of vanity. So they identified with her because she's beautiful. So, okay, y'all, I just thought this was just an easy piece to do. It's kind of funny. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think Meghan Markle is just using that Nigerian thing, or do you think she genuinely is trying to connect with her roots, as she says? Let me know what you think. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share the video. And as always, have a great day.